I brought you a video yesterday about what's happened on the film set of Rust, the film that is being put together with Alec Baldwin in its cast. And we all know what happened. Alec Baldwin, unfortunately, pointed a loaded firearm in the direction of a young lady, young script editor, pulled the trigger in the belief there was nothing in there that could do anyone any harm, and we know the rest. Well, I looked at the comments that went under that video, and there was an awful lot of supposition. What if? How did? Who did? Who's to blame? And so on and so on and so on. Well, all of these questions I'm sure will be answered over the course of the next weeks, but I had a little dig around myself and thought I'd bring you an update, at least a basic overview of what apparently happened and the key players. How do everyone? Welcome back to the channel for Saturday night. Hope you're doing all right. Another broadcast early evening from my cab. Well, it was tragedy yesterday, wasn't it, that we read about in the news, the tragic demise of a young script editor on the set of Rust, the new Alec Baldwin film. And Alec Baldwin himself tragically pointed a gun which he believed to be safe in the direction of crew members, pulled the trigger, and we know the rest. What that guy must be feeling right now is beyond me, and from what I read, he's being very supportive of the husband of the lady that tragically died, which is something. At least they can stick together and try and find some kind of mutual comfort in their shared grief. I can't imagine what everyone must be feeling like right now, but we need to work out how this actually happened, what went wrong. And we need to start off with understanding the difference between a live round and a blank. You see, a bullet has two portions to it. A live round has the powder inside the chamber and the projectile part of the bullet on top. And usually when you fire a weapon, a hammer smacks the back of the bullet, which ignites the charge and sends the projectile on its merry way, doing the damage to whatever it comes into contact with. A blank bullet or a blank cartridge is exactly like a normal bullet with the projectile on, but the projectile is missing. So the hammer hits the back of the bullet and it goes and nothing. That's what Alec Baldwin believed he had loaded in that prop gun he was handed. Have a look at these two people. Okay, the picture of the young lady, she's called Hannah Gutierrez Reed. She's the daughter of a very famous armourer for movies, and you know, her father trained her up from a very young age. She's only 24 years old, and she was wondering whether she was capable of being the head armourer for movies such as this, so a little bit of apprehension to begin with. And the second guy, his name's Dave Halls, and he was the assistant director of the movie. Well, I say was, he still is, for all purposes. And the chain of events apparently was this. There were three what they call prop guns laid out on a table, ready for use. Dave Halls went up, picked a prop gun up and gave it to Alec Baldwin and said, "Cold gun." Cold gun is terminology for safe. It's blank, nothing in there. Alec Baldwin then takes him at his word and goes to film a scene which involves a frontal image of him pointing a gun, which would have to have been in the direction of a camera, and pulling the trigger. And that's when disaster struck. Because he believed that gun was safe, he just did what he was scripted to do, and we know the rest. I'm not going to sit here and second guess how this tragedy happened. There are several theories, should we say, but at the moment and for all purposes we need to treat this as a tragic accident. Now, was that brought about by negligence? Was that brought about by lack of training? Was that brought about by misplacement of blank ammunition and real ammunition? Who knows? Was it brought about by using completely the wrong gun? Many questions. But one thing I do know for sure, there's a family in tatters today, and somebody is going to get sued massively. I'm sure we'll find out all about what happened in the next several days, weeks to come, and I will update you as and when I know more. And all I can say now is all the best to those involved. Condolences to the family. Alec Baldwin, I couldn't live with myself if I did that personally, whether it was my fault or not. Terrible situation for all concerned. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you with the next one soon. Toodaloo.